be one word. But what I want you to do today is make it more than a word. To explain, like Emilka said, what did you learn from the Three Little Pigs?
That they work hard.
No, you said it differently. Say it how you said it to me.
I learned that the Three Little Pigs work hard.
I learned that by working hard, you can get what you want. You see what you learned from their story? So you can come up with one word, but then you have to explain what that word means to you or what you learned from reading that story. Okay, the next word is challenge. I chose this word because A Long Walk to Water, Salva and Naya go through many challenges. And today what we are going to do is we're going to look at their challenges and we're going to look how they overcome their challenges. What they did to basically not feel defeated, right? So that they can still push through and do what they need to do. So we're going to look at their challenges and we're going to look at their survival factors that they use to overcome the challenge. Mr. T.
So challenge significa un reto. Es cuando tú tienes un problema o algo es difícil de hacer. Okay? That's a challenge. And survival es estar disponible para vivir durante los momentos difíciles. So tenemos reto y tenemos sobrevivir. Okay? ¿Cómo vamos a sobrevivir?
Okay, so far you read the text A Long Walk to Water. And you read a couple of informational texts about the Dinka and the Nuer tribes. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so you know something about the Dinka and you know something about the Nuers. Who was a Nuer? Salva or Naya? Do you know who was from the Nuer tribe? Very good. Say it louder. Naya. And who was the Dinka? Salva. Very good. So what I want you to do right now with your partner, what is one event or plot in the text that stood out to you? Okay, turn to your partner, 90 seconds. One event that stood out, one event that you remember, that you felt was, ooh. Tell your partner, 90 seconds starts now. Let's go.
De la historia de A Long Walk to Water, que sea súper importante. Yo pienso
A los papás.
Yo creo que lo que nosotros podemos entender es
Nia or Naya?
No, Maya.
No, the girl's name? Nia or Naya? Go ahead. What happened? What did you remember? She goes where? Ah, so tell her what's
Fue que no se puede explicar que nosotros aprendimos acerca de Naya, que es de Naya.
que la escuela donde yo iba que se sentaban, los niños iban aquí.
Ajá, y le baja a los papás para que se casaran con la mujer. Ese es de los niños. Cuidar su ganado mientras Salva
Okay, wrap up the conversations in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Raylan, what do you remember from either one of the texts?
Un evento, yo recuerdo es de mi libro, que...
No, not de tu libro, de A Long Walk to Water or los textos information.
Aquí hay Genesis. Oh, perdóname.
Go ahead.
No le gustaba ir para la escuela, en Long Walk to
What did he say? Can somebody tell me what Raylan said?
He said...
Wait. Pilar, say.
He said that nobody who studied wants to go to school.
No. Okay, Genesis, go ahead.
Lo que yo recuerdo de Along with the Water era que Salva quería ir a la escuela, pero Nia quería cuidar su ganado, pero Salva era la hembra, pero tenía que quedar, digo, el varón, y él quería cuidar su ganado, pero Nia quería ir a la escuela, pero ella era hembra, tenía que cuidar el hogar
Very good.
y a sus hermanos.
Very good. Emilka, and then we're going to move on. Go ahead, Emilka. Okay, she's finishing her thought. Brianna, help her out, and then she's going to talk. Finish up, and then you're going to go answer her.
In the story, Naya find a person, and the person go towards me.
So Naya and do you know what the person's name is? Marian. Okay, so she found Miriam, and both of them walked to Ethiopia. Did they walk or did they fly? They walked. Okay, very good. Okay, Emilka, last person, and then we're gonna move on.
Un evento que yo me acuerdo es que los esposos tenían que darles vacas al padre de las mujeres para que lo dejaran casar. Y esto era de los Dinkas.
Very good. She remembered an event from the informational text. Very good. Okay, now, right now, Ms. Simpson is going to model the strategy 3, 2, 1. We've used it before, but we've used it to come up with a central idea. Today, we're going to use it to come up with themes. Okay, so let's remember, theme is the message or lesson learned by reading a text. Okay, it is a broad idea about life, and it is usually not stated, so you have to basically use clues from the text and your background knowledge to come up with what the author is trying to teach you by reading his or her book. Okay? So, let's look at chapter 5. Ms. Simpson is going to read Naya's story from chapter 5. And while I read chapter 5, I'm going to use 3, 2, 1 to come up with my theme. Ms. Ortiz.
Ok, para esto, el tema, ok, ¿qué el autor quiere que tú aprendas, que tú sepas? Ok, ¿cuál es casi siempre los temas están conectados a la vida? Por ejemplo, la felicidad, tristeza, ok, temas, a broad idea about life. Usually it's not stated, but must be inferred. Tenemos que utilizar context clues, ¿ok? Para saber cómo llegar a la inferencia, porque no está dicho ahí como tal, ¿ok? ¿Estamos entendiendo? Acuérdate de eso. Entonces se va a utilizar unas estrategias 3, 2, 1. 3 palabras que se repitan en el texto, 2 piezas de evidencia, 2 citas, y entonces tú mencionas el tema. ¿Ok? ¿Entendiste? Ok, ¿entendieron? Perfecto.
Okay, let's turn to page 26. Página 26. Very good. Chapter 5. So while I read, I want you to look along with your pointy finger or your pencil or pen. You're going to follow along with your finger or with a pencil or with a pen. So right now, my pointy finger is going to be on chapter 5. Melser and Raylan, I'm waiting. Chapter 5. Okay, here goes. Chapter 5, Southern Sudan, 2008. There was a big lake 3 days walk from Naya's village. Every year when the rain stopped and the pond near the village dried up, Naya's family moved from their home to a camp near the big lake. Naya's family did not live by the lake all year round because of the fighting. Her tribe, the Nuer, often fought with the rival Dinka tribe over the land surrounding the lake. Men and boys were hurt and even killed when the 2 groups clashed. So Naya and the rest of her village lived at the lake only during the 5 months of the dry season, when both tribes were so busy struggling for survival that the fighting occurred far less often. Like the pond back home, the lake was dried up. But because it was much bigger than the pond, the clay of the lake bed still held water. Naya's job at the lake camp was the same as at home, to fetch water. With her hands, she would dig a hole in the damp clay of the lake bed. She kept digging, scooping out handfuls of clay until the hole was as deep as her arm was long. The clay got wetter as she dug, until at last water began to seep into the bottom of the hole. The water that filled the hole was filthy, sucio, more mud than liquid. It seeped in so slowly that it took a long time to collect even a few gourds full. Naya would crouch by the hole, waiting for water, here for hours at a time, and every day for 5 long months until the rains came and she and her family could return home. Miss Ortiz is going to quickly give you a summary, and then I'm going to show you my model.
Había que caminar 3 días para llegar a la villa de Naya. Cada año cuando la lluvia paraba, se secaba el arroyo que había cerca de la villa. La familia de Naya se mudó hacia su casa al campo cerca del Gran Lago. Y lo que nos están diciendo básicamente es aquí que el agua, como se secaba, llovía, el agua que venía nuevamente estaba sucia, ¿ok? Y esa agua no se podía beber. Y entonces dice aquí, waiting for water here for hours at a time, esperando por el agua, a veces días, horas, ¿verdad? Acuérdate que estaba sucia. Y cada día por 5 largos meses hasta que la lluvia llegó y entonces ella y su familia pudieron volver a la casa, ¿ok? Estamos viendo aquí que tenemos un reto de sobrevivir, ¿ok? ¿Cuál era el reto? ¿Qué no había? Agua, ¿ok? Y estamos buscando de qué manera vamos a poder tener esa agua para poder vivir. ¿Estamos claros? ¿Ok? So, sabemos entonces que aquí tenemos, míralo aquí, palabras que se repiten. Lake, water, and camp. Lago, el agua y el campo. 2 pieces of evidence. 2 piezas de evidencia. Every year, when the rain stopped and the pond near the village dried up, Naya's family moved from their home to a camp near the big lake. Okay, cada año cuando la lluvia paraba y el arroyo se secaba cerca de la villa, la familia de Naya se movía hacia su casa para el campo cerca del Gran Lago. The water that filled the hole was filthy, more mud than liquid. El agua que llenaba el arroyo estaba sucia y había más fango. Okay? So, ¿cuál es el tema? Water is the source of life. Okay, so, alguien que me explique qué fue lo que yo hice. What were the steps that we took for this? Okay, dígame, señorita.
Primero usted buscó 3 palabras que se repitan en el texto, después buscó 2 piezas de evidencia y después dijo el tema.
Okay, how can you evaluate? How can you evaluate the use of the 3-2-1? How can you evaluate? Evaluate. ¿Cómo lo puedes evaluar? El uso de 3-2-1. ¿Cómo se puede evaluar? Hello. ¿Cómo se puede evaluar el uso de 3-2-1? Brianna.
Se puede evaluar a través de la lectura que uno recolecta.
Ajá. ¿Y qué cosas más? Lectura y qué cosas más.
Y la evidencia.
La evidencia del texto. Okay. So what is the most important part of the 3-step process? ¿Cuál es la parte más importante of the 3-step process? Pilar.
Lo que aprendiste acerca de la historia.
No, ok, lo que aprendiste. ¿Cómo se llama eso?
El tema.
El tema, ok.
Okay, right now with your partner, quickly, 90 seconds. What do you think was Naya's biggest challenge just by looking at Ms. Simpson's and Ms. Ortiz's details with your partner? Talk about what was Naya's biggest challenge. Start now, 90
¿Cuál fue
seconds.
el reto más grande? El reto más grande de Naya.
¿Cuál es el reto?
Naya, ¿dónde vivía ella?
Ella vivía en su casa y solo pasaba estudiando.
¿Y qué pasaba? Que no había que. Entonces, ¿verdad? ¿Qué tenía que hacer?
No, esto es sobre Naya. ¿Qué es el problema de Naya y la familia?
Eso es lo que yo pienso que ella tenía que hacer. Era grande.
Ok, muy bien. Ok, what was the biggest challenge?
El reto que tenían allí Salva es que ellos venía el agua sucia y tenían que pasarse ya que no había. El reto que ellos tenían era que ellos al tener una
Okay, wrap up the conversations in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What was Naya's biggest challenge? Yalisha.
Yo pienso que el reto de Naya era sobrevivir sin el agua.
Okay, very good. Elian.
Yo creo que yo puedo pensar que el reto que de Naya era pasar quedarse con sed porque ya que ellos necesitaban agua, el agua estaba sucia.
Very good. Very good. Last person, Melser.
Yo pienso que el reto de Naya era aguantar muchos días sin agua porque el hermano en busca de Salva, cuando iba en busca de agua se tardaba 3 días y cuando llegaba al arroyo tenía que esperar mucho tiempo para que el agua se quitara lo sucio del agua para que pudieran beber.
Very good. Okay, now let's do a theme together by reading Salva stories now. So we're going to go to page 27. Right here, page 27, and Ms. Simpson is going to read the first chunk, the first paragraph. So again, when Ms. Simpson reads, we follow with our finger or pen or pencil. Very good. I already helped you with 3 words. When you're reading with Ms. Simpson, I want you to underline with a pencil 2 pieces of evidence that support my 3 words that I chose for you. So the 3 words I chose were stings, bee, and tree. Stings is when the bee stings you, like a mosquito stings, the bee stings as well. Okay? Okay, perfect. So here goes. Southern Sudan, 1985. Salva's eye was swollen shut. Bux's forearms were lumpy and raw. A friend of Bux's had a fat lip. They all looked as though they had been in a terrible fist fight. But their injuries weren't bruises. They were bee stings. A fire had been started under the tree to smoke the bees out of the hive and make them sleepy. But as Buxa and the other Jerkle men were removing the hive from the tree, the bees woke up and were not at all happy to discover that their home was being taken away. They expressed their unhappiness very clearly by buzzing, swarming, and stinging. Stinging a lot. Can somebody tell me what this part of the text is about in your own words? In your own words. Brianna.
Buzzing.
Okay, who was buzzing?
Buzzing is unhappiness.
So the bees were buzzing, right? Why do you think the bees were buzzing? Why do you think the bees were buzzing? Emilka. Why do you think the bees were buzzing? Have you ever seen a beehive before? What does it look like?
Un panal de abejas.
Look here, this is a beehive.
El panal de abejas.
Right? And then the bees, they go in. Right? And it's on a tree. Right? Arbol. And then the arbol has like branches and it's hanging. And what do bees make? What do bees make? Honey. Who said milk? Oh, yeah. Oh. Honey. Bees make honey. And what do you think was happening with Salva and his friends? What did they do to this? Edward, what did they do to the beehive? For what? What were they looking for?
For honey.
For honey. And why do you think they were bothering the bees for their honey? Because they were what?
Hungry.
Hungry. Oh my God. Walking all these miles, you think they're not going to be hungry?
Yeah.
So what do you think they did to the bees to get the honey? Did they just go and get it? No. What did they do? But look what it says. A fire had been started under the tree to smoke the bees out of the hive.
Yo pienso, ellos pusieron un fuego para que las abejas se vayan y para agarrar bananas.
Exactly. Can they just go like that? Because what would the bees do to them? Exactly. They would sting them, right? Now, give me 2 pieces of evidence that I can use to come up with my theme. 2 pieces of evidence.
¿Cuáles son las 2 piezas de evidencia que vamos a utilizar? The Stings, B, and tree, related to the topic, related to the question, Salva's eye.
Emilka, give me one. What did you say? One second.
Acuérdate que tiene que ser relacionado a lo que dice ahí. Y tiene que estar relacionado a stings, bee, and tree, ¿ok? Tiene que estar relacionado a esto para poder conectarlo con Salva's eye stinging a lot. Son 2, exacto.
Go ahead. Wait. Ileana is sharing.
Permiso, nena.
A fire had been started under the tree to smoke the bees out of the hive and make them sleepy.
Very good. And what is another piece of evidence that we can use? Brianna.
La que atienda, Brianna, espera un momento. La que mencionó Elian es esta que está aquí en el segundo párrafo. A fire had been started under the tree to smoke the bees out of the hive. Aquí, mírala aquí, ¿ok? Esta es la que mencionó Elian, ¿ok? ¿Y la tuya, Brianna, cuál es?
La que está arriba.
Oh, they were bee stings. Very good.
Pero yo lo dije.
They were bee stings. Okay, perfect. You said it too? Very good. So what can we learn from Salva's experience? What can we learn? What do you think a theme should be? What is a lesson that you can learn from this?
Basado en todo esto, ¿qué lección ustedes pueden aprender en
Edward?
They work hard to have their food.
You need to work hard to get food. I like that, Brianna.
Tú tienes que, ¿cómo es que se llama esa palabra? Tú tienes que esforzarte y siempre tener seguridad en lo que tú vas a hacer para poder hacer lo que tú quieres.
What did she say, Miss Ortiz?
You have to be, you need to have the strength.
You need to work hard to get food. And what was the second one?
The strength
You need
to do what you have to do.
You need the strength. Very good. You need the strength to do
What you have to do.
what you have to do. Okay. Now, on your own, Miss Simpson is going to read the next chunk, and you're going to circle 3 words that repeat, 2 pieces of evidence, and then come up with a theme for the next chunk on page 28. So let's turn the page. Let's turn the page. And we're going to start with it was worth it. We're starting with it was worth it on the top.
La página 28.
It was worth it. Salva thought as he touched his eye gingerly. His belly was rounded lump, stuffed full of honey and beeswax. Nothing had ever tasted so good as those pieces of honeycomb dripping with rich, luscious gold sweetness. Honey. Along with everyone else in the group, he had eaten as much as he could hold, and then a little more. All around him, people were licking their fingers in great satisfaction, except for one Dinka man who had been stung on his tongue. It was swollen so badly that he could not close his mouth. He could hardly swallow. Salva felt very sorry for him. The poor man couldn't even enjoy the honey. The walking seemed easier now that Salva had something in his belly. He had managed to save one last piece of honeycomb and had wrapped it carefully in a leaf. By the end of the day, all the honey was gone, but Salva kept the beeswax in his mouth and chewed it for the memory of sweetness. The group got a little bigger with each passing day. More people joined them. People who had been walking alone or in little clusters of 2 or 3. Salva made it a habit to survey the whole group every morning and evening, searching for his family, but they were never among the newcomers. So, what is happening in this part is that after you eat, are you going to feel sad or are you going to feel happy? Happy. Happy. So Salva was happy that he found what? Food. Food. Who was Salva looking for? Who was Salva looking for? So remember, Salva lost who when the war started? Say it. His family. So Salva started walking with strangers, right? Every time he meets a stranger, he's looking for who? For his family. Now, on your own, circle 3 words that repeat. Quickly, 3 words that repeat. I'm going to come around. Very good, Yatsiko. 3 words that repeat that word. Show me. En todo, 3 palabras. 3 words that repeat. Okay, so underline or circle it with a pencil. Okay, what's the other word that repeats?
¡Es cierto!
¿Qué palabra repita?
Allá arriba. Donde tú quieras. Y si yo no encuentro ahí.
After you find the 3 words, look for 2 pieces of evidence, 2 quotes. 2 quotes.
No taker.
Who has 2 pieces of evidence already? Raise your hand. Who has 2 pieces of evidence? Okay, now try to come up with a theme. Try to come up with a theme. What did you learn? What did you learn from this piece of the story? Write it down. Write it down in your notebook. Okay, so 3 palabras que repitas. Tell me. What else?
Acuérdate, son 3 palabras. Mira,
No. 2 pieces of evidence.
3 palabras, 2 piezas de evidencia y el tema, ¿ok? 3, bueno, 2 evidencias. Sí, tienes que buscarla aquí. Al revés, 3 palabras.
No, eso no me suena.
Oh, ok, acuérdate, 3 palabras.
Sí,
Piezas de evidencia. ¿Ok? No, no could. No. So, walking is could. Esa belly es estómago. Ok, y uno más.
Ah, es que una de cada palabra, ¿vale? Yo pensaba que eran 3 de la misma.
No, that's not a word.
Se repite honeycomb.
in this part.
Que no es así.
So there's
Digamos
another
que
word that repeats. Check it out.
Tiene que usar
What are your three
palabras
words?
diferentes.
Honeycomb.
Okay. Pencils down in 3, 2, 1. I want to know the 3 words. Give me one word, Brianna. I'm sorry?
Honey.
Honey. She said honey is one of the words that repeats. Give me another one, Pamela.
No.
Honeycomb.
Honeycomb.
Honeycomb. Amelia, give me the last one. Walking. Very good. Okay. Yes. Now, 2 pieces of evidence. Give me one. Brianna.
Salva felt very sorry. The poor man home and enjoyed the honey.
Very good. Salva felt sorry for who? The Dinka man, right? Why did he feel sorry for him? What happened to his tongue?
Because he can't close his mouth.
Exactly. What happened to his tongue? Yalisha.
La abeja le pican la lengua.
Very good. The bee stung him in his tongue and he can't eat, right? Very good. Can I have another piece of evidence? Pilar.
Nothing had ever tasted so good as the piece of honeycomb dripping with rich, delicious gold sweetness.
Very good. So what does that mean? The honey was really, really what? Good. He was licking his fingers and everything, right? Now, what do you think you can learn from this? What do you think you can learn from Salva's experience? From this, what do you think you can learn? Pilar or Pamela, I see you want to put your hands up. Go ahead. What can you learn from this?
That after you eat, you can feel happy.
Okay, that after you eat, you can feel happy. Okay. Brianna.
Lo bueno que se siente cuando tú estás
¿Qué?
Lo bueno que se siente cuando tú estás.
Can you translate?
The satisfaction.
La satisfacción de saber que tenías hambre y ya.
The satisfaction that you need to when you know that you was hungry and then you eat. Nice.
So food satisfies. Food satisfies what? Food satisfies what? Your stomach, right? What were you gonna say, Pilar? What did you learn?
That you need to work hard to get food.
Okay, we got that from. Okay, I can use that one. Okay, you need to work hard to get food. Emilka?
¿Cómo se dice? Survive. Ajá.
Ajá.
Que él, ¿cómo se dice en español?
Sobrevivir.
Que él, como que él tenía que sobrevivir con esa honey porque él no tenía comida.
Oh.
So food is like.
Pero si él tenía que sobrevivir, ¿verdad? ¿Qué cosa él tenía? Ok, yo entiendo tu mensaje, pero ¿qué cosa él tuvo que hacer?
Work hard.
Huh? She used a very good word. She used survive.
Pero para sobrevivir, ok, sabemos que está la miel, está la barriga y está el honeycomb, ¿verdad? Pero para eso, ¿qué él tuvo que hacer? ¿Qué uno tiene que hacer? ¿Ah? Pero encontrar qué, encontrar qué hay que hacer. No. Cuando tú tienes hambre, ¿verdad que sí?
Ajá.
Y tú vas en búsqueda de algo. ¿Qué cosas tú tienes que hacer? ¿Tú tienes que qué? No, yo sé que hay que caminar, pero what do you have to do to be able to get your satisfaction en la barriga? ¿Ah? Pelear. Él no ha peleado aquí. ¿Qué hay que hacer? ¿Hay que qué? ¿Hay que qué?
Luchar.
Exactamente. Entonces, tú tienes que luchar ¿para qué? Porque acuérdate que lo que hay alrededor es ¿qué? Exacto. ¿Y cómo son las abejas? Si tú las atacas, ¿qué van a hacer? Ok. So, para llegar a... Él tiene que ¿qué? Exactamente.
Luchar contra las avispas. Avispa, lo mismo. Bueno. Ay, no.
Okay, I'm just writing it down.
Basically is the tenacity.
So like one must. So basically, one must be tenacious to do what? Or one must remain tenacious.
In the moment of trying to get something or.
To survive. Because I heard survive. Okay, now. I want you to look at these three themes. I want you to look at these three themes. We will not have enough time to do the independent practice, but before we leave, I want you to look at these three themes. So we all came up with these themes. The first one was, water is the source of life. We came up with, you need the strength to do what you have to do. And then the third one, we said, one must remain tenacious to survive. Or in español, Ms. Ortiz?
Tienes que mantenerte con la tenacidad para sobrevivir. Con la lucha, okay?
Okay, now with your partner, what differences or similarities do you notice between these three themes? Talk to your partner about it. What are the differences or similarities that you notice between these three themes?
Tenemos tres temas, ¿verdad? I do, we do, and you do. ¿Cuáles son las similaridades, lo que es igual, o cuáles son las diferencias que hay dentro de esos tres temas?
What do you notice and what do you wonder? Talk to your partner. Talk to your partner. I'm going to come around.
Okay, son tres. Y de esos tres, ¿cuáles son las diferencias y las similitudes?
Yo le hice así,
Okay, did we read the same text? Did we read this? Does these come from the same part? So what Simson mentioned I do, did she get this from the same text that I just read?
El agua, la comida, relacionado a exacto.
I noticed that
Lo que le dan lo que
that they have to work hard.
Espérate.
That they have to work hard to get
What do they have in common? What do they have in common? Give me one
that
word.
they work hard to get what they want.
But tell me one word. One word. What is one word that you think you can come up with for all three
Sí,
teams?
porque si esa abeja le habían cogido todo y le había picado, mira, había dado cuenta.
Think about it. I'm coming back.
Ahora, las abejas fue para que porque él fue el hombre, so él tuvo que caminar durante mucho tiempo para conseguir comida para ellos y su familia. Y Naya también, Naya caminó 2 horas y él caminó 3 días. Pero Naya yo le apoya la pata. Y Naya caminó 2 horas.
O sea, salvo, ¿verdad? El varón.
Ella tiene buena vida porque ella tiene buena vida porque ella no va a la escuela, pero también tiene mala vida porque ella le salieron las pollas. Yo vi que ella quería ir a la escuela, pero yo no fui
Okay, wrap up your conversations in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I was going around and I was asking people to tell me when they look at the three teams from chapter 5, what is one word that comes to mind? Emilka?
I think the one
Similarity?
similarity
Uh-huh.
is that they work hard to get what they want.
So she's saying that one word that comes to mind is hard work. Pamela had a nice one. What is one word that comes to mind? Survival. Very good. Melser, what is one word?
Lo que yo quería decir es que cuando los maestros nos explican algo en el I do, es lo que vamos a hacer, los mismos pasos que vamos a hacer en el we.
Okay, so Melson is talking about the steps that we use the same steps for all three parts. And then Edward, what is one word?
Fuerza.
Fuerza es que en inglés?
Force.
No.
Strength.
Strength. Okay, now, I think that we have about 5 minutes left. So we're going to continue the independent practice tomorrow because then we have the shorter period. But right now, what I want you to do is, I want you to answer the exit ticket in your notebook. I want you to choose one. Choose one. A, what is the definition of the word theme? B, what was one challenge that Salva faced? Or C, what was one challenge that Naya faced? Okay, so what was one challenge that Salva had to go through, and what was another challenge for Naya? So choose one.
Voy a hacer
¿Qué es la definición?
De la palabra challenge.
La palabra no sé, yo sabía. Yo solo sabía que decía. ¿Qué es la definición? Exética. Hay que coger las tres.
No, espérate, borra. Esa está,
en inglés.
La definición.
Bueno, es el que.
Making a connection with, okay, what those three words have in common with.
One challenge that Naya
Yeah.
faced.
Dime. ¿Cuál es la definición de la palabra tema? What did you choose, Tarbeli? A, B, C?
Okay, who's still writing? You.
Yo no.
You. Okay, you have about another minute.
Mirrors minus 5.
Ahí hay un checklist tuyo.
Okay, and don't forget the checklist, and make sure that you rate yourself, your understanding of today's lesson, so that Ms. Simpson knows if she should repeat it or if she should move on. You need to pick one, either a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
Oh, 7.
Wait, we're not done. We're gonna share. Okay, who chose option A?
Yo.
Edward, what is theme? Shh. 1 second, guys. Let's listen to Edward. What is theme, Edward?
La definición de la palabra tema es que el autor muestra y nos hace entender de la información y la moral de un...
Miss Iso.
Okay, Emilka, what did you do? A, B, or C?
A. Theme is the moral message that the author wants you to know.
Okay, but in your own words, what is theme? Yalisha.
I want to answer the should be.
Oh, you want to do B. Okay, so in your own words, what is theme? Pilar.
La palabra tema significa como lo que tú aprendiste del texto o lo que el autor quiere que aprendas.
Very good. Who did B?
Rayleigh, ¿cuál fue el que te
Oh,
hiciste?
Rayleigh.
Dile.
Okay, go ahead, Raylan.
La definición del tema, de la palabra tema, es que puede encontrar oraciones o puede basar la escritura en el tema.
Y acuérdate del mensaje que
El mensaje que da el autor.
El autor.
Very good. Who did B? Yalisha, quickly.
Algo lo que se tuvo que enfrentar a Salva era que...
1 second. I always say when somebody's sharing, we have to give them our undivided attention, right? Yeah. Because we might learn something from them. Go ahead.
Algo a lo que se tuvo que enfrentar Salva era a quedarse sin comer por un largo tiempo y después salir a caminar para buscar su propia comida.
Awesome. And who did C? Who did C? Go ahead, Yesibel.
One challenge that Naya faced is when she needs to sobrevivir without water.
Very good. Awesome. Okay, please give me your your checklist at the door, and leave your books on the table. Good job, guys.